And I am Prairie Scraps, just plain Prairie Scraps on Instagram and YouTube. So I'm doing two at a time, so I apologize for kind of going back and forth. I haven't figured out how to get them together. I don't know. I'm in a camper. I'm in a 1953 Airstream, little tiny clipper Airstream. And I'm coming to you with happy, almost not happy St. Patrick's Day. So I know I didn't wear my green. I'm not Irish, but I do have a fond memory of some Irishness. I know, actually, I'm very Norwegian, came from a community of very Norwegians. We wore red in protest of St. Patrick's Day. So I didn't wear my red either. My kids did. They kind of like that story. And they found some friends that apparently in this area, when you wear red on St. Patrick's Day, you get a pinch. You get a high five if you are wearing green. And if you wear pink, you get a kiss. So, you know, in middle school and high school, kind of a scary thing, actually. I thought that was an unusual one. Never heard of that before. So anyway, so for tonight, I thought I would share with you an Irish blessing. I actually got this. It is a clearanced out transfer, and I picked it up when it kind of went on clearance because I have really wanted this. I don't know, I just was off. I never ordered it or whatever. It just never came around. But I really wanted this transfer because when I was in high school, every year that we graduated, our high school choir, the seniors would join during graduation, would join the choir, and we would sing this Irish blessing for our graduating ceremony. So for years and years and years, that was the tradition. We sang it. And so I've had two high schoolers graduate, and now I am going to have another graduate, my third to graduate from homeschool. And my first two, when we did the presentation of their diplomas, I did read this poem to them because I thought it was special. It was special to me in my high school graduation. I did not sing it. If you listen to me now, I sound like I can't even sing, right? But anyway, it says, "May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand." It's a traditional Irish blessing. So I think it's very cute, and I don't know if I'm going to give this. I did ask my oldest if this was something he was interested in for his home. He was like, "I'm trying to get rid of junk." So it's like, oh, my Irish blessing is junk. All right, thanks. No, I'm not. I'm trying not to take it too personally, but so I did. This fits. This is an 8.5 by 11 size transfer. It's our B size transfer. They're reusable. So I have 5 kids. I can make one for all 5 of my kids, or maybe just make one for myself. Who knows? And of course, it's a little late for St. Patrick's Day this year, but I think it's kind of a cute little thing because it is something that we use. I'm not necessarily into making it all green, right? I found this board at the Target dollar spot, and it was $3. So wish the Target dollar spot was really only $1. That would be much more fun, don't you think? Put down below if you want it to be $1 Target. I'd love to just put $1 down below. I'd love to see it go to $1, right? So because this is wood, or faux wood, I think, it does have a groove in there, so that might affect some of our letters. I'm hoping not too badly. I apologize for my voice. I was feeling fine. I was feeling fine yesterday, although my voice was going. I did piano lessons yesterday, and I did piano lessons on Tuesday, and my Tuesday lesson that started out showed up very sick. She could hardly sit at the piano. And I'm like, wonderful. I thought I wouldn't catch it because my kids have been kind of getting it, so I kind of let her play for a while, but she was dying. So we called her family to come get her. Anyway, I've apparently gotten it, and she tested positive for strep, so I don't know. I'm probably sharing with the whole wide world now. And I can't take antibiotics, so there's that. I'm going to be stuck with this. So this is our wax, our surface wax, and that's what I'm using on this surface. Whenever you use wood, you want to use wax. It kind of closes up anything that's open surface. So anything you think that you can't tell any different, right? I just did that right in front of you. You really can't tell the difference. So I'm going to get you down here. Sorry for the rides. See if I can get, I don't know what's going on with this one. Yikers. When I took my iPad off, it like the stand thing, part of it, the part that holds the iPad went flying across the room last night. And I never really got it. So this is going to pretty much fit in here exactly. This is a brand new transfer, so I'm going to go ahead and fuzz it before I use it because I don't want it to stick too hard. So if you've got ideas, if you're coming on, you're watching, please do all the likes and comments and sprinkle the love around for me. That all helps me out. You don't have to buy a thing to help me a ton, because getting me up to the top, if you're watching it is live, that helps me. Even if you go back and watch on the replay, go put hashtag replay so I know you're out there, right? Sometimes this live world can be kind of a lonely place, for real. Like, it's kind of lonely. You're just like, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at this too, because I don't necessarily want to have the letters going across those lines. I don't know if this is not going to work for me or not. We might be starting over, right? Oh boy. I'm gonna need some help to get that back off. See if I can line this up so that it's not quite so much. Nope. Trying not to get all the letters on there. So maybe, I hate to like off space. Oh, that was actually kind of a good spot right there, because it's only like, oh, it's kind of high. Oops. Yeah, this is like, I'm kind of doing it a little bit on the high side. I was able to kind of get it where it was only the bottom line was going across it, so everything else was falling on. Now, I do want the border on there, so I don't know. Maybe I center the border on there, do the border. What do you think? I think I'm going to try the border in gold. I'm going to center the border on there, see how it does on those cracks, and then pick it up and move it. Wish me luck, right? Pick it up and move it. I'm just going to do the border all the way around, I think in Shimmer Gold. And start with that. But it does it look? See how that, I got it centered on there, but I think I might, it's kind of crooked. I have no nails. These tools kind of come in handy for getting these off. You could also like trim off the corner, but this definitely goes out to the edges. I'm sorry about my voice. It sounded like this all day. I did all the school reading to the kids. So who knows? I'm hoping I'm not actually sick. I don't feel sick. I'm tired. Do you guys ever have those nights where you just cannot sleep? I don't sleep very well at night. I don't know. I worry about the world's problems. Do you worry about them? I don't watch the news at all. And I stopped watching. My husband loves to watch the news. And like a couple weeks, I don't know if you were watching lately, but one night my husband informed me. I had no idea. I know this isn't great, but I can't sleep at night when I'm worried about the world. So, and I know you got to pray or whatever. Yeah. I mean, part of my faith is that I decide not to expose myself to all, and I get really angry when I watch the news. Does anybody else get angry when they watch the news? Like, I talk back to them. I'm not really a fan of putting all these like comedians on and things that are not news. And then, oh, you know, kind of scare type things. And then all that combined. So it makes me a little bit angry to watch the news. I got some of this wood is coming off on here. And it's making like slivers of wood on the back of my transfer. And I don't want it there because it's going to lift my transfer. Lift my transfer. All right. I may be going to go with this all in the same place. I just got to get it. So anyway, I don't watch much of the news. And then, like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, my husband's like, well, the Ukraine is, like, getting bombed. Like, Russia's bombing everybody. Everybody's afraid we're going to war. And that's what he said to me, like, at 9:15 at night. Right before we were going to bed. I was just getting to the point where I was like, okay, it's time for bed. I can maybe go to bed soon. Because I just do not fall asleep very easily. I'm a light sleeper, so anything wakes me up, any noise. We seem to have a busy little street next to us lately. I don't know. I do a lot of worrying. Worry about my kids. I worry about foster loves I've had. You know, I shouldn't maybe say so much worry as, boy, you guys, I cannot get this centered tonight. I keep moving it, and it keeps like, it's not enough. And then I get bubbles, and then I get slivers. And all right, sometimes laying it down is the most difficult part. I apologize for taking so much time, but I want it to look, I want it to be right. I want it to be right. All right. Can we get it? So anyway, all these worries. And that night that I did not sleep all night. Hey, Daphne, thanks for joining me. I didn't sleep all night that night because my husband told me that we were going to go to war with Russia. And then promptly went to sleep, snoring away. And I'm like, what? What didn't I know? Like, oh my goodness, I'm really upset. And are you kidding me? Are we going to be bombed? I was really upset. Anyway, he was starting in on me tonight again with the news. He's like, you know, that was like a 13-year-old kid that killed all those golf kids. He was driving the other car, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. And like, you're just not going to learn. Like, so anyway, last night I thought instead of, like, because I've been taking a lot of allergy medicine, I've had this rash that I can't get rid of. I've had a rash kind of all over my body ever since I had surgery in July. And I can't seem to really get rid of it. And it's been bothering me. So at night I take a couple Benadryl and try to get rid of whatever allergies I have going. Okay, I think I got it. I'm not sure I'm going to lift that and do anything else with that because that was rough. But anyway, this is Gold Shimmer. Love this color. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful. Oops, this is kind of dried up in there. So anyway, we'll see if I could sleep tonight. But last night I decided I'll just take some melatonin, which makes you go to sleep, but it doesn't keep you asleep. So then my husband made some sort of weird noise. He doesn't even remember making it. But I thought it sounded like he had stopped breathing or something or started gasping. And so I'm like, all right, what was that? And he's like, I don't know. And then rolled over and started snoring. So that was 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought, okay, I'm going to roll over. I'm going to sleep. I started praying, trying to go to sleep. Nothing. 2 a.m. wide awake. 2 a.m. I tried to give it a while, try to lay there. Finally at 2:30, I thought, I'm just going to get up and read a book. I'm not going to look at any internet or anything like that. I am stirring this because with the shimmers, especially with the glitter in it, you do want to have it nice and mixed up. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to use a mini, I think, for this. I got a dirty one. So anyway, I've been up since 2 a.m. 2 a.m. I have not slept. I just sat and read a book. I think I'm down to 4 pages of my book. I never got tired. I don't know. I did school. I didn't feel great. I mean, I'm kind of tired. I feel like I'm dragging. Like I'm not 20 anymore. I can't stay up so late. And and get away with it without kind of feeling crazy, not so great. And so here I am, 2 a.m. and this is kind of a late time. I mean, I am in the Pacific time zone. But anyway, here we are, wide awake. I don't know, this gold I think is going to be very subtle on this wood. I'm just putting it on like butter. If you can butter toast, you can do this. I'm going to try to work kind of quickly around the edges without making a mess. Wish me luck, right? Because I'm kind of a mess maker. You guys know me, right? If I could do this, anybody could do this. I do like to be crafty, but it doesn't mean I'm a neat crafter. I kind of make messes, so I'm just going around. I want to work kind of fast because you don't want it to dry in the screen. If you pull it and you find that the screen comes up with it, or the chalk comes up with the screen when you pull it, around here we've got some little shamrocks that are little real close to that line. So I maybe should have started here or ended here. I don't know. What's better, right? And the shimmers, you kind of want to push it down into the transfer too. But so anyway, we'll see. Hopefully I could sleep tonight because I was up. Melatonin, I don't know if it's a great thing. I do remember now why I went off it. So maybe I'm going back to Tylenol PM. I was just thinking I'm getting a lot of heartburn, which I've never had before, really, unless I'm pregnant. So I was thinking, well, maybe Tylenol PM is kind of hurting my stomach, whatever I'm taking, you know, or the Benadryl, because I'm taking alternating between. I'm not trying, I don't like to take medications, but I haven't been sleeping very great. So I've been just kind of taking a little bit. I'm going to try to get, actually, I'm going to use our tool here and try to, there's a little bitty harp here. I think I want to get that in gold too, but I don't want the little things around it, the shamrocks. I don't want those in gold, I don't think. Okay. Anyway, the woes of trying to sleep. I don't know. Does this mean I'm never going to sleep in my old age? Just, I don't know. I have no idea. Is this the way my life? I don't know why this is happening. I'm actually a lot worse when I have foster kids. I worry a ton. I think all night long, like, because I'm such a light sleeper, every little noise makes me think, oh, they're up. They're trying to get out. What if they're sleepwalkers? I don't want them to get away. You know, like, I have all these, like, thoughts about, and they're not really nightmares. And I've actually never had it happen where one got up in the middle of the night and tried to leave. We even, you know, have video cameras on all the doors. Not that they would alarm, but I'm trying to get this M. This is not easy because there's a lot of like little lines around it and little shamrocks. Oh boy, this could be interesting. I don't know if I'm getting this well or not. I guess I could come back and do a little more in a little bit, right? I can always add to it. All right. I'm going to try to get a little bit of the excess, oops, make it a mess, little excess off here, very gently. So, corned beef and cabbage, what'd you guys do for St. Patrick's Day? We did do corned beef and cabbage. So that was fun. My oldest came over to get some. He said cooking for one wasn't desirable in his mind. All right, I'm going to take it nice and even, nice and, I guess, slowly. Try to be a little slow, but I always get nervous, and so I kind of go on the fast side too. It's actually kind of turning out pretty nicely. I don't know if I can get this back on here. Maybe I will be able to. Okay, I'm just going to lay this back down really gently. I'm not actually going to stick it, but I do need to peel this bottom section off because I don't want it to. And so I ended up like having to feed corned beef and cabbage and potatoes and carrots to 6 people tonight. 6 people. It's been a long time since I've fed that many. All right. Who knew that corned beef and cabbage was such a thing? Didn't know my kids liked it that much. But like I said, we just kind of started because we were homeschoolers and we were home. I often would make the corned beef and cabbage, and I would make soda bread because homemade soda bread. I couldn't find my recipe in time to make it for tonight, which is probably okay. And then I don't know, what do Irish people have for dessert? Corned beef, cabbage, potatoes, carrots. That's what we had. And then soda bread. But is there a dessert that Irish have? I have no idea. So anyway, I tried to use it more as educational when my kids were a little younger, but I guess it stuck because they all absolutely, they wanted it. So I think, I don't know if, oh, my daughter was saying she couldn't find cabbage. So well, that's unfortunate. They must have been all out of cabbage in her town. All right, I'm just going to set that there because I don't want it to dry up, but all right. There is a little bit on this corner that, if you can see, it's a little, I didn't mean to lay that back down again. Okay. Can you see, I like right down at the bottom edge, I know it's kind of hard, a little of it pulled up. So I may try to go over that a little bit. Again, may not. All right. I think I usually try to dry these really well before I put it back down because I don't want it to pull it up. So anyway, that was, if you know what do the Irish eat for dessert? I have no idea. I would not know. That would be next to these. So anyway, I decided I'm going to stop and get some little green frosting cookies at the grocery store locally, and I couldn't find any. They had some sugar cookies that were green, but it's not as good without frosting, and they were $5.50 or $4.50 for 12. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to spend that much, let's go see if there's some ice cream that's green. So that's what actually, we got green and red. We got cherry and pistachio ice cream. Cherry and pistachio ice cream. So we could have our protesters and we could have our Irish green. Just to be kind of silly. My kids came home, they're like, everybody's asking why we wear red. I'm like, because I think the Protestants used to protest the Irish Catholics. So they all wore red. Like, I'm not exactly sure where or when that was, but I grew up wearing red. My dad would make us all dress in red. So I did that. That was good. So they came home, oh, I had it all wrong. We wear it to protest the protesters. That's what my 17-year-old had told the band. So, and they're all like, what? What do you mean you protest the protesters? So I know down in this little area here, I missed a little bit of gold. So I'm going to go in and try to get some of that gold. And then while I do that, I think I'm also going to we'll do that over again. And then I'm also going to get, I got out my eucalyptus shimmer. I'm back onto this. I don't know. It's not as blue as I thought. It's a little more green. And I did use it last night. It needs to be stirred. So I'm going to stir it up a little bit. I want to make sure that glitter is all in there. I'm going to use that on the shamrocks because I want it to be subtle. I don't want it to be like green. I don't want this to look like something you wouldn't use all the time. But I do want it to have a little hint of it. So we're just going to do a little bit of green. And I think, actually, now that I'm here, I'm going to do this. It says traditional Irish blessing at the bottom. And I'm going to do that in this shimmer. You don't really need that to show up like you need everything else. So I'm going to do that. Okay. And that is actually kind of went on thick, to be honest. All right, so we're going to pull that. Very exciting day today for designers who are on my team or fairly new on the team. We go on quarters for having to have our personal volume. So I'm going to pull this. It's still just not taking really great. But I did get, ooh, that looks just beautiful. Just beautiful down there. I know it's, ooh, shoot. Well, that fell off. Can you see it down there? It's very subtle. That little green. Oh, shoot. That'll be interesting since the first time was hard to place, right? All right. I feel like I'm going to have gold glitter everywhere for the rest of my life. I'll be finding this gold glitter everywhere. All right. But anyway, so I think I'm going to give up on trying. I think it looks okay. Makes it look country or whatever. Right? I don't need that anymore. I will need this, but I need to get this laid down again. And I do need to get this dry before we go too much further, right? This dried up here. Hey, Kelly, good to see you. Hey, have you ever gotten that sample out? I would love to see how that turned out for you. Post a picture up here. Show us what you did. If you've never tried Chalk Couture, we have a great kit that's like 20% off. Oh, I was talking about for designers. So every quarter we have to have $100 in personal volume. It's about 170 actually, because we get 40% off of our stuff. So you can totally stay active as a designer by yourself. I did it for a year and a half, because every quarter you just have to have a total of $100. Anyway, the company put out a pot of gold pack today just for designers who are kind of at risk for not having that $100 in this quarter, because, you know, January and February are really hard. February is so short, right? Like, it seems like it goes past. It's really hard to get, like, if you're going for sales, it's a harder time to get sales. But even then, it's a lot of times people are kind of recovering from Christmas. So the company kind of put a little push out there and put a pack together of a lot of our fun new spring products. Ooh, I might have just got it. Try to line up that M, a big gold M. The rest of this, I think, besides these little shamrocks, I'm going to do in black. I guess I didn't. Maybe I'll lay the shamrocks down at last. I'll do the black first. We'll see how this goes. All right, I'm just going to set this on here. And then I want to use black. I'm not going to use the shimmer color. I'm going to actually use black velvet. I just want to make sure all the letters are pushed down really firm. And like I said, some of these letters might be a little questionable because they are over those grooves. This is like a palette board, right? It looks like it's a faux palette board. So we're just going to use this little squeegee. And actually, I'm changing my mind. Good thing it's just chalk, right? You put it all back, use it later. I'm going to use the bigger one for the black because I want it to go quicker. This is drying up really quick. So anyway, that was pretty exciting. So if you're on my team, you're a designer, let me know if you need help with that. It's just one click. You can get this pack. It's actually an extra 20% off. And speaking of 20% off, that kit, if you've never tried Chalk Couture, we have a Try Me kit that's 20% off. It's a cute little cutting board with a little, it says time to eat with a tomato on top. It's really cute. And I think it's like 22 or 24. I can't remember. 22, 24. If you want that kit, a link to that kit, just put kit down below and I will get you a link to get you started and try it out. Really, oops. Sorry. We're running out of battery. No, not in the middle of chalking. All right, sorry. There we go. Hopefully we saved it. But anyway, that's the way to get started. If you're kind of a crafter and you're excited about doing all kinds of things and getting 40% off, getting your craft supplies delivered directly to your door, that's the amazing part about being a designer. It costs either $19 and then you could build your own business kit, or $99, you get a really great deal. That's my preferred way to be a designer, is the $99. Okay, let's see. Maybe I need that little one. I'm going to just gently lay this down again. I see my R didn't make it here. Oh yeah, it did. They're kind of like square-ish letters. I'm just going to go over it if I think I didn't quite make it. Don't you dry in there. Oh yeah, I'm seeing little pokies like where I, in those grooves. Okay, that turned out really good. I'm just going to set this aside and I need to close this up, put anything back I haven't used. You really use so little chalk paste. I tend to go through a lot because I do projects on, every other day, if not every day sometimes. Couple projects. Actually, every other day I do a couple projects. But anyway, so I want to show you that. So you could see where like it goes into the grooves and there's kind of like a little bit of a raised there. I'm going to let it dry and then I'll just knock those off with one of my tools, or you could use a real light sandpaper. But isn't that looking nice? It is so beautiful. I'm very excited. That actually worked out really good on this frame, I think. It's kind of subtle, like it's not real glittery, super glittery. I'm going to get the rest of those up there as soon as we get this dried off. I've got gold paste everywhere. Aren't you guys proud of me? I'm really good at it. Gold paste. So anyway, those are the ways to get involved. You can do a try me kit. If you're wanting to get everything, I highly suggest becoming a designer. Let me know. Just put designer down below and I will help you answer any questions, or actually I'll just get you a link. You can check it out. There's videos. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'm totally happy to help with that. I'm like, what? I'm talking and not thinking at the same time. What is that? Right. Okay. My pastes are kind of all over. I'm a messy crafter. So anyway, this actually dried pretty quickly here. Pretty quickly. There's little bits where it kind of peeled off. I think it's going to be totally okay. And then, like I said, it's kind of bumpy on the grooves. So, well, I'll just knock those down when it's dried really well. Okay, here we go. Line up that M again. Try not to smear my black. So, anyway. You can also, if you just want to be a customer, like if you've already tried out Chalk Couture and you like it, a really fun way to be involved in Chalk Couture is to, and I'm going to press this down, to be in our club. And our club, we get this size of transfer every single month in the mail, along with 3 single paste packets, although single is kind of an understatement because I can usually get a few projects out of every single single. All right, I like this tool better for doing little areas. It's just a little bit wider than that pokey tool I was using. And I'm just going to get these little shamrocks on with this. This is Shimmer Eucalyptus. This was a new color that just came out. I don't know why I missed it, never ordered it. I just got it in, to be honest. I'm pretty excited. It's not quite like a teal, and it's not quite green, and it's kind of light. I don't know. Great description, right? All right. So if you want more information about that club, you can be in my craft club, and that is just $19.99 a month. Put club down below. If you want that starter kit, the Try Me kit, put kit. If you want to be a designer, put designer, or want information. Doesn't mean you have to do it. I'm all about getting more information. If you have thoughts about it or doubts about it or just want to ask questions, please open up a conversation, have a message with me, ask it below. Maybe there's other people that are afraid to ask the questions. So ask away. But like I said, $100 every quarter, and it's a true quarter. It's not a rolling quarter. So I kind of like it because then everybody is due in March, in whatever that is, March, April, May, June, you know, the same months every year. I'm not going to list it off, but every quarter, then everybody is kind of due at the same time to stay active. And so that's what they did, was they put out a little special and so you really get 60% off. And they actually, that leader call, I was really excited. It's called the Pot of Gold. The Pot of Gold. I'm pretty excited about it. I want to get it so bad. It's 60% off, but they told us if you're already qualified, hold off, you know. Ooh. Don't order if you already are qualified or if you're a leader. They were asking leaders to hold off. And I was like, you know, I'd much rather they ask us to hold off. All right, so I'm just going to set that back on the backing, and then I'll wash it with, it's a reusable transfer, so I can use this over and over and over. But isn't that beautiful? I just love it. Like, so, it's kind of subtle. It has a little blessing on it. It's not going to, like, stand out in anybody's home. Like, I don't want it to look like St. Patrick's Day, but it is an Irish blessing, right? So I just think it's just nice. You could have it up in your home anywhere. And again, it's just $3 for this from the dollar space. And maybe you don't like it, you could do a whiteboard. I could have painted it white first, but I kind of like it. I think it looks kind of nice to be just kind of subtle, but yet a little bit blingy, because it does have that little shine with the little shamrocks on it and the gold. I don't know. I'm kind of pleased with it. Tell me what you think. Do you like my Irish blessing? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. What do you think? I love to hear what you think. And like I said, you can kind of see erased in those grooves. And so what I'm going to do is take this pokey tool and just go through and kind of run it through. I just like to take it out of my grooves, and then I'll wash it off. Try to wash it off. I'm one-handed here. Maybe I should get this cleaned up and shut here, because we don't want to dry out the paste, right? Try to close your paste right away when you're done using them. It's just better for them. And I try to put them away, because I lose things if I don't keep putting them back in the same place. Are you guys that way? Like, do you have to put your keys in the same pocket? Like, I always have. I try to be really, like, I always hang my keys on my purse. That's what I do. All right, so I just took the dry little pieces. You can kind of see, like, dry little pieces of chalk paste on the end there. That was in the grooves. That was it. Those two were the only ones. And I don't think it looks so bad. I like it. You could totally read it. It says, may the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. It's an Irish blessing. So, and I wish that for you today. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if I can answer any sort of questions for you. I love to have any sort of interactions. That, like I said, that helps me out. And if you want to get going in any of those ways, you can put kit for a Try Me kit. You can put club if you want to know more about our monthly craft club. And then also you can put down designer just to get some information about it. You don't have to commit to any of those things, but I would love to tell you more about it, more about Chalk Couture, or just keep hanging out, keep watching my videos, and let me know if there's some sort of project that I can help you get started on. So keep on crafting. We will see you soon.